Ever wondered what the interviewers are really looking for when they ask you those tricky, tough questions? Stick around as we reveal these secrets to acing the top 5 interview questions and show you how to leave a lasting impressions on the interviewer. So let's prepare you for your next big interview. Hello, my name is Pooja Porwal. I am a career growth coach and an IT professional. So let's begin. So question number 1. Can you explain a complex technical concept to a non-technical person? Now, when the interviewer asks this particular question, what the interviewer is really checking for, they are actually looking at your communication skills. They want to know if you have the ability to simplify the complex ideas and concepts. And they also want to check what is your understanding on the subject matter. So let me explain this to you with a sample answer. So you can say something like, sure, let's talk about cloud computing as an example. Imagine it like renting a house instead of buying one. You don't need to worry about the maintenance, security, or any upgrades that may be required because the landlord or the cloud provider is supposed to take care of all of that. You just pay for what you use, like electricity and water bills. Okay. So you see, with this answer, we have not only simplified the concept, but we have made this so easy to understand for a layman. Okay, so this also showcases that you have the ability to communicate well, you are able to simplify things, and you understand the technical concept enough to be able to simplify it. Let's move on. So the question is, how do you stay updated with the latest IT trends and technologies? Now, why anybody asks this particular question? The interview is checking for your commitment to professional development and personal development. They're also checking for your awareness of the industry changes and your learning habits. Answer strategy that you can follow here is mention specific sources that you like to go to, like online courses, audiobooks, tech blogs, forums, any industry white papers, conferences, etc. Highlight any recent certification or projects that demonstrate your continued learning. The example answer can be something like, I regularly follow industry leading blogs like TechCrunch and attend conferences like AWS reInvent to stay updated. Recently, I also completed a course on machine learning and AI to deepen my understanding on the emerging technologies. So, you see, with this question, you actually gave them an up to date answer of what you have been doing, and you are already aware of whatever are the emerging trends in the market. Let's move on to the question number 3. And this is where it becomes a little personal, and people will ask you, describe a challenging project that you worked on and how you overcame the obstacles. With this question, the interviewer is actually trying to check what kind of problem solving abilities you have, how you work under pressure, how do you handle challenges, and how you are as a team player. So to answer these kind of questions, which are more centered on your experiences, uh, go ahead, provide a brief overview of the project, focusing on the specific challenge or obstacle. Describe the steps that you have taken to address the challenge. Include any innovative solutions or collaborations with the team members. Okay, if it had been a team effort, then try and highlight what part you played in it. A good sample answer can sound like, in a recent project, we encountered an unexpected compatibility challenge. The issue was that our software and the client's existing infrastructure were not compatible to each other. To resolve this, I led a team of experts and we brainstormed on ideas to identify an alternative solution. We ultimately developed a custom integration module that resolved the issue and exceeded the client's expectation. And fortunately, we were able to cover it all in the time that we had been given to complete this particular project. So you see, with this answer, you have also showcased your leadership skills. You have showcased that you are capable of handling a team, you're capable of leading it, coming up with ideas and solutions which are innovative and out of box. The next tricky question that gets asked very often is, how do you prioritize tasks when faced with multiple deadlines? Okay. Now what the interviewer is checking for here is your time management skill, how you handle priority conflicts. If there are multiple deadlines which are conflicting with each other, then how do you handle all that extra work under pressure, and your decision making ability. The answer strategy can include a methodical approach to task prioritization that you're using. Uh, it can be by using project management tools, or using the Eisenhower matrix, wherein you have the urgency and impact considered. You also need to highlight your ability to communicate effectively with stakeholders about deadline adjustments if necessary. If if the multiple tasks which are to be prioritized are for the same customer or client, you can also take their help to prioritize it. So a good answer can sound something like, I use a combination of project management tools and daily stand-up meeting to assess priorities. I prioritize tasks based on deadlines, client needs, and potential impact on the project milestones. If deadlines are conflicting, I communicate with stakeholders to negotiate realistic timelines or allocate additional resources. In case if all of this is not possible for any reason, then we may have to record this as risk in our red log and then take it up from there with the senior management. Here you have given them all the facets of prioritization that is required to handle conflicting priorities without uh, impacting anything major. And the last question for today, the fifth one: tell me about a time when you made a mistake in your work and how you handled it. Now, what is the interviewer looking for here? What is the interview checking for in this particular question's answer? It's the accountability that you take for your mistakes, the humility that you show in accepting them, willingness to learn from your mistake, and resilience to bounce back. Now, the answer strategy can include following steps. First thing first is we all make mistakes, and the only people who do not make mistakes are people who have never tried anything new. Okay. So admit your mistake without blaming others. Blaming others just show a little bit of immaturity at your end. Then explain how you have identified your mistake and took responsibility and took measures to prevent it from happening again. A good answer can sound like, during a system upgrade, I overlooked a critical configuration setting, which caused downtime for our customer's website. And we immediately notified our supervisor, acknowledged the mistake, and worked with the team to restore service as quickly as possible. To prevent similar issues in future, I implemented a double check procedure for configuration changes and even underwent additional training on system upgrades. And I'm proud to say that after that particular upgrade, we have done another 4 upgrades in last 2 years, and we have never encountered similar problem again. Okay. So now here you see that with this particular answer, you have shown the kind of mistake you have made. It shows the accountability that you have taken, the steps that you have taken to resolve that particular problem, the learnings that you have had from it, and what you did to ensure that you would never have it again. So there you have it. So these are the top 5 questions that get asked in majority of interviews, especially if you're getting interviewed for a team lead or a level higher than that. Okay. And knowing what the interviewer is looking for in the answers, it would help you to identify the real life projects and circumstances that you have encountered in your career, which you can state as examples for answers to these questions. So just make a note of all of this so that you are able to go back to it as and when you have to go through that big interview. And good luck. If you find this content helpful, do like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends and family who this may benefit. I'm also going to publish a follow-up video on basic interview etiquettes next week. So stay tuned. Thank you.